Hello, my curious scholars, and welcome back to another episode of The Human Equation. On today's episode, I thought it would be more important to add a little more me into it, just to explain what this project means to me, and not just to inform, but to put a little more of my personality to it. My name is Brand Jackson, and I am your average 18-year-old senior in high school, ready to graduate and see what adulthood brings me, especially since I know that there are so many other seniors out there who are ready to graduate and are ready to see what life has in store for them after high school. Starting in fall of 2025, I will be attending Georgia State University, pursuing my bachelor's degree in clinical psychology. And while I am really excited, I am also really nervous to start this new journey of my life. I know a lot of you are wondering, why is she talking about suicide now? What makes her not only a credible source, but a relatable source? And what does this topic mean to her? The thought of our project came about when I first heard of the Gabriel Fernandez story my freshman year of high school. If many of you do not know, Gabriel Fernandez was an 8-year-old little boy from Palmdale, California, whose life was unfortunately taken in the hands of his own mother, Pearl Hernandez, and her boyfriend, Asaro Aguirre, on May 24th, 2013. Being a 14-year-old girl, hearing about the tragic death of an innocent kid who was robbed of his death in the hands of his own mother got my mind thinking a lot and just wondering about the what-ifs. All I could think about was the mental capacity Gabriel was in while having to face his abusers daily. Thinking about how he had to feel going to school every day, knowing that back home, the life he was living was not the life a normal 8-year-old boy would have to live. In this case, one of the main things that I seemed to focus on was how no one was there to save him. And more importantly, how people just ignored so many signs of his abuse. One of the main things that a lot of other people out there saw at the time of this case was how social workers went on for weeks ignoring his abuse, which in return shows a lot of injustice in the system. And while there are so many other children out there who were failed and did not have the safe space to express themselves freely, I really hope to encourage and acknowledge the importance of young adults having a voice for themselves, especially when no one was there to save Gabriel, when there were so many multiple cries for help. And to me, that showed that there was not enough effort put into the system like there should have been at all times. All I could think about was how many other children's lives were taken in the hands of the system who was supposed to be there to protect. It was hard for me to grasp onto the fact that his parents could do something so tragic to him. But as my years in high school have progressed and are coming to an end, his story has given me so much clarity as to what I want to do with my future career. My passion for children has always been there, especially being as though I am the oldest of 5 siblings, and it has continuously grown as I have started to learn and pick up how unfortunately the mental health in children is so overlooked. And so many parents out there and adults out there believe that the mental health in children is just not as important. Whether those include patterns or a change of behavior, I know that there are so many parents out there who just believe that a child may be acting out for no reason. And I strictly believe that no child is going to act a certain way without there being a meaning behind it. Especially during times where children see and they witness so much regarding social media platforms, and there are so many different roles that play a part in suicide and why it may happen. Continuing my journey with hopes to give children the safe space to allow themselves to speak freely will fulfill the inner childhood in me who never received this. The little girl in me who never knew how to open her mouth and say how she felt because she was too scared of judgment. I'm here to represent all of the little boys and girls who feel like they don't have that comfortability anywhere else to express themselves. I have learned now that giving someone the opportunity to express themselves freely opens many other doors for them, especially when you never know what's available to them on the opposite side of the door. It is important to try it out, then sit and hold on something where you never know the outcome. I came to terms that psychology is the career for me because I have watched myself go from the shy little introverted kid who didn't know how to stand up for herself, always felt alone, and never knew her worth, turning into someone who does so much more than just sit back and be quiet. I have turned into the girl who was standing up for young adults who have been through so much, and I've been through the same thing. And in so many ways, it's a little bit of an emotional process, being as though I have been able to overcome my own mental health issues. I hope that learning a little more about me can help you guys understand what this podcast means to me. And not only that, but in so many ways, it is a bit of an emotional process because I was able to overcome my own mental health issues. I hope that learning a little more about me can help you guys understand what this podcast means to me. And not only that, but what I hope to bring to the table. As always, feel free to leave any comments with questions and concerns. See you guys soon, my curious scholars.